Friends, today's topic is about one of the most important and challenging upper body exercises. It not only strengthens your upper back muscles, but also enhances your grip strength and your core stability. Today's video is all about the pull-ups, so hang in there. In this video, I'm going to go through some of the most important variations of the pull-ups. I'll give first a definition, and then I'll go through a historical background, and after that, I'll give some tips on how to get better at pull-ups, if you can do a pull-up or cannot do any pull-up. So let's go. Bodyweight exercises have been used for thousands of years. Historical accounts suggest that ancient Greek athletes and also in Rome, they used to practice a lot of bodyweight exercises. Not specifically the pull-ups, it was not mentioned, but exercises that required pulling and bodyweight specifically, they were used by athletes in that period. Also, in the Chinese martial arts, a lot of exercises that required hanging from a bar, for example, to challenge grip strength and core stability, they were used and mentioned. So, as we can see, for thousands of years, this bodyweight exercises and the pull-ups were used. The major change that happened in the late 19th century was the introduction of a new term and a new philosophy. That philosophy was called the physical culture. That physical culture changed drastically the way people see sports and training and exercising. Specifically, pull-ups gained popularity in that time. Before the physical culture, between brackets, people used to train and exercise for specific goals. If you're a football player, if you're a javelin thrower, if you're a runner, jumper, etc., you would train for these things. Although after the revolution in the physical culture, people, men, women and children, started to train for the sake of training itself, not for any specific sports goals. The pull-up is a very simple exercise. You hang from a bar and then you pick yourself up until your chin is above the bar. There's many ways to do this exercise. What I'm going to dive into is a specific way to do the pull-ups, which is the strict pull-up, or some people call it the tactical pull-up. We will go by the strict pull-up here, versus bodybuilding pull-up or kipping pull-up, which I will criticize later on in this video. As you can see in this video in front of you, you see me pulling up, hanging from a bar at first. My hands are a little bit wider than my shoulders, I'm picking myself up and then lowering myself in a controlled fashion. So this exercise is excellent to build upper back muscles and grip strength. As you can see, by hanging, you're actually working your grip strength. So this is basically the pull-up. Now it's called a strict pull-up because you will see in front of you the hollow position. The hollow position is where you tighten your abs, squeeze your butt and keep your body very tight. Pick yourself up until your chin is above the bar and then you go back. This hollow position allows you to be very tight and very explosive during the pull-up. Versus, for example, bodybuilding pull-up. The bodybuilding pull-up, you don't need to pick yourself up that high. You just have to keep the tension on the lats so your head actually is not going over the bar. Your head is barely reaching the bar and then you go back down. This is the bodybuilding pull-up. The bodybuilding pull-up targets the lats and puts a lot of emphasis and constant tension on the lats. Although the strict pull-up, the one that is used as a strength measure, is the one that I teach and the one that I would like everyone to know a little bit more about. As for the muscles recruited and used during the pull-up, we have the major muscles that are the latissimus dorsi. Those muscles are responsible for pulling the body up. You have the biceps brachii. Those muscles are responsible for flexing the elbows. The rhomboids, the muscles that are between the shoulder blades, those muscles stabilize the shoulders and retract the scapula. And then you have the trapezius, the upper and middle portion, and also these muscles assist in stabilizing the shoulders and lifting them up during the pull-up. As for the secondary muscles, you have forearm muscles, infraspinatus teres major, pectoralis major, core muscles. The core muscles in the strict pull-up are required to be engaged in a very significant way. The erector spinae, which we talked about before, those muscles are next to the spine. They are engaged to stabilize the spine. To become better in doing pull-ups, you need a stronger grip strength and healthier shoulders and better control over your scapula. This exercise that you're going to see in front of you is called active passive hang, is responsible for both things: the shoulder strength and stability and grip strength as well. So it's very crucial exercise to practice and to be able to do if you can do more often throughout your week. It will allow you to get better and healthier shoulders and a stronger grip that will translate into better and stronger pull-ups. If you want to get better at pull-ups and get stronger back muscles and become more confident in picking yourself up, there's a brilliant method introduced by Pavel Tsatsouline, the founder of StrongFirst, and taught by StrongFirst instructors. This method is called Grease the Groove. I'll show you a table where it's a little bit simplified. So you take what is your rep max. If you can do 10 reps maximum, you go every day you come to the gym, you have to do between 3 to 5 repetitions. So 50 to 70% of your 10 rep max. And this is a set, so between 3 to 5 repetitions per set and 2 to 6 sets per day. Now, it is advised that people do this every day, but I understand that people cannot do this every day because people rarely come to the gym every day. But for people that hit the gym 3 to 5 times per week, for example, this is an efficient method. You can, every time you're at the gym, do between 2 to 6 sets of 3 to 5 reps if your rep max is 10 repetitions. You can do the calculations. You'll see the table in front of you. So it is about doing all the work without exhausting your central nervous system or your muscles. It gives you more time to recover and more time for your muscles to adapt to the exercise. As a coach, I always go by quality then quantity. So if you're doing any exercise, any movement, you have to perform and execute this exercise with good form, good technique, and then you can add on the repetitions and the quantity of the repetitions and of the exercise. So quality, quantity. And from that point, I have to criticize one of the variations of the pull-ups, which is the Kipping Pullup that is used by CrossFitters. Although the CrossFit community has the highest number of fit athletes. The fittest people on earth are CrossFitters usually, and they are professionals. They take their sport very seriously. They have great form when it comes to snatch, clean and jerk, handstand push-ups, handstand walks. They are excellent in all these forms and they really pay attention to form and quality. However, when it comes to pull-up, they kind of came up with that efficiency and quantity is more important than quality. So they created this Kipping Pullup exercise, which if you're a CrossFit athlete would be great, but if you're a normal person, someone who's looking to get their muscles strong, get better at picking themselves up, it is highly advised to go with a strict pull-up than to go with the Kipping Pullup. Every time I see someone doing Kipping Pullups, I cannot help myself drawing this comparison between Kipping Pullups and the breakdance move, the worm. Imagine in a parallel universe, someone came up with the idea that if you want to do more push-ups, you have to do it in this fashion. And everyone started to rationalize the idea and to argue for the idea that to be efficient in push-up, this is how you have to do it. And in my opinion, Kipping Pull-ups resembles the worm breakdance move. Finally, as a piece of advice, try not to give up on pull-ups. If you cannot do a pull-up, a strict pull-up, find an assisted pull-up machine. If you don't have an assisted pull-up machine, get a band and do banded pull-ups. If you don't have a band, do some pull-downs. Most importantly, don't give up on the pull-up. Strong grip and a strong back can save your life. If you fall off a cliff and you're holding on to your life, you'll be thankful that you have a strong grip and a strong back. See you next time.